there has been some crazy stuff going down. So number one, I already had another video done and like ready to upload. And if you want to see that later tonight, 2,000 likes on this video and on double upload, even though it'll be really late. Secondly, the NFL has just turned into another universe. The NFL has became like abducted by aliens. Like literally 5 minutes ago, Odell Beckham Jr. was traded from the Giants to the Browns. And what better thing to do than to go on Madden and see how these trades would look in Madden 19 and see if like Madden thinks these trades are actually worth it for either teams. And there's been a ton of crazy trades that we're going to try in today's episode. The Odell Beckham Jr. trade will be left for last, but there's some other crazy trades. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below today's video what team thus far has made the biggest moves in free agency and what team had the biggest trade in terms of winning the trade for getting more in return than what they sent away. Like, this is actually freaking crazy. Like, Twitter, social media is blowing up right now. But also, of course, this video was sparked by the Odell Beckham Jr. trade. So who do you think won that trade? Obviously, the Browns fans think the Browns. Like, my last name is Brown. You can't get any more authentic as a Browns fan than having your last name actually being Brown, which is my case. So, like, I've been a Browns fan since birth, so I'm excited for what's here to come. And I'm going to be reading off my screen because I have all these trades written down and what they all sent. But the Eagles traded a 2019 6th-round pick and a 2020 7th-round pick to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for veteran wide receiver Deshaun Jackson. Now, I'm pretty positive that this is not going to freaking work. And once they don't work, we will see what Madden thinks those teams needed to trade away to be able to bring in these players. But this is not even going to be remotely close in my opinion. Yeah. So for the Buccaneers to even bring in Deshaun Jackson, this like shows you how off like Madden's trade logic is. I know it's almost impossible to make it completely accurate compared to real life, but it just shows you how far off it is. Like even a first-round draft pick for Deshaun Jackson. So obvious, as you saw right there, the real life trade not even close to going through. Buccaneers wanted much more in Madden, and so they did take a first-round draft pick, which I kind of wish I could have tried to see how little it would have taken. But it still shows you how far off it is. But at least in Madden 19, the Buccaneers are willing to trade away Deshaun Jackson, an older wide receiver who's worth like a ton of cap space, for a first-round draft pick from the Eagles. Now, a team that has been making huge moves in this NFL offseason is the New York Jets, making trades left and right and signing big free agents left and right. And one of the moves they did make that kind of went underneath the radar is bringing in Kelechi Osemele, 83 overall left guard on Madden 19, into the organization for a 2019 5th-round draft pick. Now, this might actually be somewhat close just because Madden values offensive linemen extremely low. Now, submit this through. Just kidding. So, according to Madden, what happened in real life, that would take like maybe, I don't know, what's that, 7 5th-round draft picks? So, for Kelechi Osemele, maybe a third would be enough to bring him in. And no, not even a third. So once again, just kind of showing you how off Madden's trade logic is. So now if we throw in a 5th-round draft pick, this possibly would be accepted. Still declined. So you take the 5th they actually traded away in real life, added a third, and it still wouldn't even be freaking accepted. So this is insane. Maybe we throw in backup running back Trenton Cannon, maybe submit this through. Is this enough? Still decline. What is going on here? So Josh McCown, he actually just retired for the heck of it. There it is. So the Raiders in Madden 19 will only accept a third, a 5th, and Josh McCown for their left guard, when in real life they only took a 5th. Next is your prototypical New England Patriot year in and year out trade, where they bring in an older, very good, experienced veteran player for pretty much nothing. So they sent a 5th-round draft pick from 2020 to the Philadelphia Eagles for star defensive lineman Michael Bennett. And also, they got a 2027. So it's basically they swapped 2020 picks and they bring in, according to Madden, Michael Bennett was an 87 overall, which is still pretty freaking good, especially just trading a 5th-round draft pick from next year for it. So I can tell you up front, not even be remotely close. Yep, that would take at least 20 5th-round draft picks to be accepted in Madden. Once again, showing you how far off Madden trade logic is to replicating trade logic in real life. So this is just going to take a lot. I don't even think a 1st-round draft pick would be enough. So they only had to trade a 5th from next year. A 1st for Michael Bennett. See, that's still decline. Now, this is just where Madden is just a problem. Like, I understand it can't be exactly right, but this is a little bit too insane. when in real life, they accepted a 5th and they threw in a 7th. In a Madden, they won't even take a 1st. So this is just funny. So what do the Eagles need? Let's try to not trade away a draft pick. They need a middle linebacker. They need a right end of themselves. How about a left outside linebacker? Who do they have? Kyle Van Noy. So maybe Kyle Van Noy, maybe just trade him straight up for him. Okay, now that was accepted. Kind of crazy how they value a first-round draft pick less than Kyle Van Noy. So that is just funny. But once again, in real life, it only took a 5th-round draft pick from next year. But Madden takes a 79 overall linebacker. Next 2 trades are going to be involving the Denver Broncos, and this kind of took me by surprise. So the Denver Broncos actually get veteran and Super Bowl winning quarterback Joe Flacco for, I believe, a 4th-round draft pick from this year. So he's a 78 overall quarterback. I can tell you right now, this ain't gonna cut it in terms of Madden, but we'll just attempt it for the video's sake. A 4th-round draft pick for Joe Flacco. That's actually a little bit closer than what I expected. So maybe in terms of Madden, we can take out the 4th and maybe a 3rd would be good enough to bring in Joe Flacco just because Madden's stupid. I mean, I don't think in real life there's like as much as a difference in between a 3rd and a 4th than what Madden portrays, but we'll see. And it's still a decline. Let's keep it at a 3rd and see what they need. The Ravens, they need a wide receiver. So maybe an Andre Holmes, an older 30-year-old wide receiver, submit this through, and that was accepted. So not as hard in Madden as I thought it was going to be compared to real life, but in Madden, it takes a 3rd-round draft pick and a 73 overall receiver, when in real life, it only took a 4th-round draft pick. Now, the next trade is where the Broncos sent away quarterback Case Keenum, 76 overall, to the Washington Redskins for a 2020 6th-round draft pick, which this trade was pretty much just made for cap purposes, but they traded away a 6 from 2020, or they got a 6 from 2020, but they also had to trade away a 7 from 2020. So this basically was just a trade swapping next year's pick up 1 round. Now, I know this is going to go through straight up because that's ridiculous in terms of Madden. So I'm going to see how much you can actually get from the Redskins in this pick. So maybe we could actually get a 3rd-round draft pick also in this deal. And it's declined, but it's not that far off. So maybe we could get a 4th, or they don't have a 4th, so maybe a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. Just see how much you can possibly get. And that was accepted. So in real life, in return, the Broncos only got a 2026, when according to Madden, they got a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. Now this is the first real wild trade of this offseason, and by wild, I mean extremely wild. The Oakland Raiders had to only trade, let me get this right, a 2019 3rd-round draft pick and a 2019 5th-round draft pick for one of the best receivers in the league, if not the best receiver in the league, and that is Antonio Brown. Now, obviously, in terms of trade logic, Madden can't replicate the type of trade value the Steelers were losing in AB when he pretty much told everybody that he didn't want to be there, but it's still a little bit ridiculous because if we submit this through just like it was accepted in real life, that, according to this right here, this little graphic, technically it would take about 30 3rd-round draft picks and about 30 5th-round draft picks for the Steelers to even come close to accepting this. Now, the reason this is about to be a little wild is I don't even think Madden will let you trade for AB. I don't even think we could trade. Let's see how close his 4th-round draft pick is. Look at that. That is, that's the 4th overall draft pick. Look how stupid this is. Legitimately, we can throw in all 3 1st-round draft picks that the Steelers, or that the Raiders do have, and according to Madden, they're not even going to come close to accepting it. Now this is where the trade logic is moronic. This is just so dumb. So once again, according to this graphic, it would take at least, I don't even know, maybe 25 1st-round draft picks for the Steelers to accept this. That's dumb. That's absolutely moronic. It didn't even hardly go up. So, that is insane when in real life it only took a 3rd and a 5th. Their top 3 players added in, still not halfway. Maybe take out Marshawn Lynch and then throw in that 4th overall draft pick. There's no point even wasting our time. So, in what in real life only took a 3rd and a 5th-round draft pick. According to Madden, it's impossible. Absolutely freaking impossible. Now it is time for the big boy trade. And if you guys don't remember, this isn't the first trade the Browns and Giants made this offseason. Just a few days ago, they made a really interesting trade with the Giants where they traded for veteran defensive end Olivier Vernon. In Madden, he's considered an outside linebacker. And they traded Kevin Zeitler for Olivier Vernon. Now, I don't know like how close this is going to be because like straight up player swaps is really weird in Madden. And it's also really rare in real life where you get straight up player swaps. But this was the first one of this offseason, one of the first. And we submit this through. And it's, ooh, wow. So they actually value Olivier Vernon way higher than Kevin Zeitler. So according to this, the Browns actually won this deal because they sent away less than what they returned or got in return. Now, I don't even know if a second round draft pick added to the deal would be enough. And it still wasn't, dog. What the heck? So to bring in Olivier Vernon, the Browns would have also had to add a first round draft pick, and that still wouldn't have been enough. They also need a quarterback, so maybe add in backup Tyrod Taylor. So submit this through. Yo, so to bring in an 83 overall Olivier Vernon, when in real life it only took the player, they had to add in a first and their backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor, so that's insane. But the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the real life trade that literally at this point in time happened 20 minutes ago. You're probably seeing it maybe 8:30 Central Time, this video. But star receiver Odell Beckham Jr. now is a Cleveland Brown for a first round shoot. So we got the draft pick back. So a first round draft pick and a third round draft pick. It was their second third round draft pick from this year. And strong safety Jabrill Peppers to bring in Odell Beckham Jr. Submit this through, and according to Madden 19, it would take double of what they offered and a little bit more to bring in Odell. So I think this is unlike the Antonio Brown trade, where I think we'll be able to like construct some sort of package for the Giants to actually send us Odell in this franchise, but still just whack. Absolutely freaking whack. So who could we potentially trade away? Would it take like Myles Garrett to bring in Odell Beckham Jr.? Wow, that actually went down, bro. What the heck? How about a first round draft pick now added into the deal? Bro, that's actually worse. Well, I think that's actually a little bit more value, actually. That's about halfway exactly this deal. It'll take 2 Myles Garretts, 2 Jabrill Peppers, and 2 first round draft picks to bring in Odell. So how about Baker too? We add in Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, and a first round draft pick, and that's halfway. That's just simply halfway. Now, to be honest, I don't even, after seeing that, I don't think there's any type of package that we could construct. It's just not possible. The top 3 players, they don't even want him. So how about the top 3 players that can be traded away? And this just shows you, bro. In Madden, these 2 trades are literally impossible. When in real life, it's just, that's about the best deal we possibly can put together. So this, once again, shows you how dumb Madden is.